Hey everybody. I realize that I'm a day late. Just yeah. So I am doing a tag that was originally made by Holly Davis, and I was tagged by Brittany Wang. So I am going to be looking over here with the questions, and yeah. So it is called the NaNoWriMo Survival Kit tag, and there are 8 questions, and then I have to tag 3 people. Pretty easy. So, what am I working on for NaNoWriMo? Yep. Here, I'll show you. Get. Okay, so I am really going to get down and edit this and figure out, like what needs to happen, read it through, see how it goes, and then hopefully get some people to read it and see how they like it. Basically, I am making sure that, like, I'm picking back up where I left off. And the problem is that I'm doing kind of bad right now because it was also a Preptober thing, and I haven't really got to it. So yeah. And then for writing, because I don't just want to edit, I actually had an idea in my head that I've had in there for quite some time that I figured that I would get out is I don't have a title for it, but it's basically a lot like Fern Gully. I even wrote notes over here so I don't trail off too much. Basically where a guy is working for a company and they are doing some bad stuff which causes basically, you know how with farmers they have to rotate crops, otherwise the soil gets crappy. And because of that, like if your soil's bad, then you can't grow anything. So that's basically what this company is doing, only they're doing it with buildings. And I'm not quite sure 100% how that works yet, but I'm working on it. And he works for that company, but he doesn't know what they're doing. He doesn't understand that it's bad. So basically he gets warped into I'm trying to do this without like giving too much away, but he gets warped into the fairy world, and he's shown that what's going on isn't the best, and here's how you could fix it, here's how you can make it better. Yeah, it looks like in my head, and even on paper I've got like 3 pages, and I'm working on characters and stuff right now. It looks pretty good. I'm kind of excited about it. I'm excited to write it. I'm really excited to get it out of my head. What apps do you use to write and stay motivated? That's number 2. And I haven't really written a lot since last Nano. Or if I have, it's just been like, it hasn't been any stories or anything. Hold on, let me do this without making too much noise. I usually write in here. So, and that's just my journal and stuff that has nothing to do with anything. In fact, I'd rather people not read that ever. So, yeah, but I use the Forest app on my phone, which is where I'm recording right now, so I can't show you. But you've seen the Forest app. And it's basically where you spend an amount of time gets you an amount of coins, which you can then spend to buy really pretty trees and bushes and stuff. Or you can plant a tree. Like, you can give those coins back to the company, and then they supposedly plant a tree. So I assume that during NaNoWriMo there are a lot of trees planted. Hopefully. There are a few other apps that I used to use. There's one that, like, beeped at you obnoxiously if you had the volume up, and I just don't want to deal with that kind of mess. I don't need something yelling at me whenever, never. And I use, on my computer, I use For the Words, which is kind of similar to the Forest app, and the fact that you have to spend a certain amount of time, do a certain amount of words in order to get the thing. So for the words is basically you have quests, and in order to do the quests, you have to defeat the monsters with a certain word count at a certain time. Like, it gives you a certain time limit. And yeah, I really enjoy that thing, and I don't use that enough either. I basically used a lot during NaNoWriMo. I had a 200-day word streak, and yeah, 200-day word streak, and just I lost it. I didn't even, and it's so easy to use. It's great. They have so many things on there. I have a code down below. There's also a free week along with a free 30 days if you sign up and you're new. Or you could just probably sign in with another email account. Anyway, number 3, where do you like to write and what's your favorite writing spot? I can write just about anywhere, which is really nice. However, because my concentration is all over the place, I prefer to write right here, which is at my desk. And we have it facing towards the window. Moved it a couple of weeks ago. It's the best thing ever. I wanted the light to, face me. I wanted to actually look out. I can see like the clouds and our front yard. So, yeah. I also wanted to put like some sort of like little table or something in back, in our kitchen slash mini dining room. Hold on, I'm getting notifications on my phone, which is slightly unnerving because they pop up like right here on me. Can you tell I've been writing? Yay, lefty, right? Anyway, so yeah, I like the fact that I can see out here. I've actually had a male and female cardinal show up. I've had squirrels, both physical and mental. I've had a couple of, it's actually, it's really nice. So I can write here. I also can write on the couch whenever my daughter gets home from school. The problem with that is being distracted, and if I'm too comfortable, I am going to do something else. I'm going to watch YouTube. I'm going to write to my friends. I'm going to do a couple of other things. So, yeah. But then again, it's all about motivation too. Goodness, I've got stuff right here also. Wow. I don't have ADD, I promise. Anyway, yeah, it all depends on how motivated that I am to actually write. And I know that during NaNoWriMo, I'm actually pretty focused on getting a certain amount of words, which is good. But yeah, if I'm really comfy, it ain't gonna happen. This chair actually is just it's a square. I took off the back and the arms so that I can sit cross-legged in it. I actually will turn it into instead of sitting on it like a square, I'll turn it to where it's like a diamond, and I'll sit cross-legged. It's actually really comfortable for me. What are your writing space must-haves? I'm not going to show you my writing space because it's a mess right now, but must have these. I play games. I don't play like major games or anything like that, but I play games with people. Right now, because it's October, it's Phasmophobia, or I just talk to people in general, and I figured that a cheap setup because I just have a laptop. So yeah, I also need just grabbing stuff, pens, pencils, things like that. I like, these are zebra fountain pens, and let me show you this one. Yeah, they're, come on, focus. Focus, or not. Either way, it says zebra on there, and they're fountain pens. I got them from Joann's, and their nifty little pen section over by the over by like the paper stuff. But yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7. The black one's missing. Yeah. I was using the black one earlier. Is right here. So yeah, there are 7 of them. They're awesome. I love them. What else? So I like to keep a notebook handy. And I'm going to close this so that I don't have to edit this part. Yeah, I have a notebook. And it's a tulle, it's ring bound. So that I can easily get the papers out, put them back in, rearrange some stuff. It's really nice. What else do I have around here? For ADD purposes, I usually have my Switch. I have Discord set up on here, and it's not only for writing friends, but it's also for, other friends. I talk with a couple of people on here. I actually talk to people on here. For the number 4 is snacks and stuff, so I'm not going to get into that yet. But I have a wax warmer, and I'm going to pause this and then show you some of the stuff. Okay, so I have, wow, that whole thing smells not bad, just oof. I was hit with a waft of stuff. But I have a wax warmer, which is awesome because then I can put stuff in. You can also see right there that I have candles. And basically with it being fall, I have a lot of fall scents. I also have this, which is black coffee. You need to go check her out. Flint Candle Co. It's Flint, Michigan. It is all, I was gonna say it's all one girl, but it's not. She's got a whole team of people now, which is awesome. And I've watched her start this from the beginning. It's my friend Lindsay, and if you are I also am for other wax warming type places. But yeah, if you want to support, local, depending on where you're at, if you want to support Made in the USA and stuff like that, she's awesome, and I'll link her down below. But yeah, I've got a lot of things that I actually use, I guess. But I don't know. I can't really think of a whole lot right now. Let me see what I wrote. Oh yeah, my space also has to be mildly clean. So I have an L-shaped desk, and I literally work right in the L. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I literally work right in the L. So my elbows are right here. I need space in order to, I need clean space just a little bit. I realize that right now is particularly messy because I've also been making cards. What else? Number 5. What are your favorite drinks and snacks to have when writing? That's water, by the way. There's not a whole lot left in there. I will also drink tea, not any special tea, just black tea. If the Starbucks was closer, I'd go get more Starbucks, to be honest with you, but it's a half hour away. I was eating popcorn last night. I would assume that anything that's not gonna gunk up my hands while I'm typing would be good. I've seen a lot of people do salty snacks, stuff like that. But I don't really want anything to eat while I'm writing. I usually, because of how my brain works, writing kind of takes me out of that zone. So I want to stay in it for as long as I can because I do not know how much time that I have to do it, even though I have from really around 7:30 until, we'll say, 2 o'clock, because Wednesdays it's a little bit more messed up, but from 7:30 to 2 o'clock, so that's 7.5 hours. I have 7.5 hours of Embers in school time. So that means that I have a lot of things that I could do now, past chores and I need to start picking up exercising again instead of staying up late and then sleeping until 1:30. Yeah, but you know, it hasn't been bad enough to actually warrant the, oh my god, I have to go back and work out. So hold on, let me. Okay, I sat back so you could see more of me, because I really think that me in your face is it is what it is. You know, you've watched these videos before, so anyway, so yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of snacks for writing. Maybe more for outlining. So whenever I'm writing stuff or thinking about what I need to write next, then yeah. But I'll do water, tea, um, carbonated caffeine. Number 6. What are your favorite writing distractions? Oh boy, I have a couple. Actually, I have lots. I have a lot of. I get distracted easily. If you can't tell by my videos, I get distracted easily. Both by, like, stuff and me in general. So, my dog, my daughter, my friends, YouTube. I have a friend. I mean, most of them work from home right now, but I have a friend who will send me YouTube videos during the day, or just generally, we talk back and forth a lot. God, so much during the day. And then I also play games, during the night, or I watch him play games, stuff like that. So I also watch a couple of friends on Twitch, which is a streaming site. And yeah, so they're really big distractions. Um, right now it's like I've got Animal Crossing on there. I've also on my Switch. I'm playing some Halloween spooky type games too, which is really fun. So yeah, whenever somebody's like, "Hey, do you want to play Phasmophobia?" and I'm like, "Yes, I'm there. I will play the games." Because I really like Phasmophobia, and I'm excited to see, even though it's a quick game, I'm excited to see what happens next with it, how far they're willing to take it, that sort of thing. Um, Also, being creative in other ways, because November's coming up, which means that December's right around the corner. I am working on cutting out a whole bunch of stuff for cards. For, I was going to say for Christmas cards, but I know people who don't celebrate Christmas, so it's just end of the year cards. I will also be sending, I gotta get pictures of Ember for school, and probably take some of the puppy too. I've got so many of him on my phone. Yeah. Um, so yeah, God, if I'm not distracted by my own brain, it's by everybody else, really. I could be distracted by air, especially now that my window's open and we have like some roses and stuff that bloomed again, which is weird. And I guess I don't ever see them, so I don't understand how many times that they bloom, but good lord. Anyway, what are some of your favorite ways to get back on track? Um, so some of my favorite ways, um, I mean, like, forthewords.com is a very good motivation, because there are quests and it's easy to just be like, okay, cool, let me go take a break, let me get distracted for a little bit, and then I'll come back to it. Um, Knowing that I could plant a tree and be a little bit more helpful, Forest app is really good for that. Although I can also just literally, like, set it for an hour or however long it is, and then just not touch my phone. Or they have a part on there where you can touch your phone. So, yeah. What else? Just thinking in general about my next scene or the next thing that I'm going to write gets me in the mood to write. And I can easily do that. I can easily think about what to write next. It's just the writing part sometimes. Maybe even writing, like physically writing out a little bit more to the scene so that I can get it out of my head. What else? I have a couple of friends that are really good at keeping me motivated, especially whenever I play Ring Fit. They're right there to be like, hey, good, glad to see you moving your butt, you know, that kind of thing, although not literally because they're not watching. It's not the point. I was going to go down a really bad rabbit hole that some of you have seen me go down. We'll leave it alone. Anyway, yeah, I have one particular friend who is really good at keeping me motivated, which is really nice. Anyway, the idea of, as long as it's not too cold, in the morning I need to pick up what I was doing and walking with Copper and then playing Ring Fit and then writing. Also setting up rewards, like sushi is an hour and a half away. I go to Kura Revolving Sushi Bar. If you have one of them and you like sushi, like if you have one of them in your area and you like sushi, it's awesome. They have like the sushi on the little conveyor thing and it moves and it's great. Oh my god. So yeah, that'll be something that I get done by a certain word count. I can just go there during the weekend and like it'll be great. I'm reading what else I have on here. Staying on track with, actually this is gonna be weird, but like watching movies that have a lot of world building in them, like a lot of I guess fantasy movies, stuff like that. So it'll help me with the story that I'm writing, because I'm not going to make it like this thick where it's mostly world building, but there will be some things in there that I have to think up. So and while I have it in my head right now, I want to make sure that it doesn't copy another movie. Yeah, a lot of things to think of. Number 8, what are your writing rewards and milestones? So what I have is, of course, you know, you celebrate every word that gets you closer to the end, but I don't really have big rewards. Of course, I'm trying to figure out what my word count is, because really, while it's winning NaNoWriMo, I mean, it's doing 50k, but really, is it doing 50k? Is that winning? Because what if the end and it's only like 35? Things to think about. So basically what this is going to be is my word count is like homework. You remember homework if you were in high school way back when, or just school in general, where you have to get that done first before you can, you know, go outside and play. So basically, I don't have any big rewards. It's really hard to get out and do stuff, especially right now. I don't have like a big old tub to soak in either, so I can't be like, yes, I want bath bombs and smelly stuff, and I'm just gonna sit there and become a prune. That's not how that works. So basically, like 500 and 1,000 are gonna be really easy to hit. And then I have it for every 1,000, except for like the halfway point and stuff like that. So at 25, of course, but also like bigger milestones. But every 1,000 basically, and then 25, and then yeah. I don't really have anything big. I mean, I have sushi. I have going to go visit friends. I have talking to my friends on here, which is basically, that's easy. Most of my friends are working during the day while I'm here, so it's a whole lot easier to just not talk to them during the day, and they understand that next month is going to be a little bit quieter for me during the day anyway. Yeah, as I have on here, my goal isn't really to win NaNoWriMo, it's just to get the first draft done. So, or to get the the bigger the bigger outline, the zero draft, depending on who you talk to. So yeah, it's if I make 50K, then I make 50K, and if not, I might just like the end and lie, just so that I win NaNoWriMo. Because why push it that amount of words? I guess it's gonna be over 50K. Most of my writing usually is whenever I write. So yeah, other than every 1,000 words, I don't really have any big rewards. Only because I know that I'm going to hit them, if that makes sense. Yeah. So 3 friends to do this tag. Trying to think of people. Like, I have a lot of people who write. I just don't know who's going to watch this and do it. So I heard that while I'm a baby streamer, really? A baby Authortube human on here. I know that Alexidon is doing a couple of not the videos that she's usually doing. I've seen her do a couple of other things, so I nominate her. I nominate Sky, who is S.D Hegyes on here, and if she's so inclined, I nominate Carrow Brown. So that's 3. I realize that they're all super busy, and I realize that they all might not watch this. I know that Sky does, because she comments on my planner videos. And I love you for it. I really do. Thank you. It makes me feel loved. Because I used to be in like a really close-knit group, and then Plague happened, and I went, okay, and hit the brakes, and that was it. And I kind of trailed away from that group. So yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I nominate those 3 humans. I will put a bunch of like tags and information and everything down below as to, for the words, the Forest app. I will put Holly Davis and Brittany Wang and 3 people that I tagged, and a couple of other things that will help you, that help me. I'll also put the questions that I had down below too. I had seen people who have broken their stuff up for questions, so I'm going to try to do that. We'll see how that works. Yay, editing, which is the next step. Okay. I should have this up by end of day. Yeah, and if you want to do it and I didn't tag you in it, then go ahead and do it, because I love these tags. I really do. I like, it's a great way to figure out more stuff about people. So anyway, I will see you hopefully next Wednesday, which is the last Wednesday before November. I hope you guys are ready for November.